I'll step in with, if you remember, Makoko, both Owura and Makoko, particularly Makoko, has been an ongoing issue over the last, I probably would say over the last 23 years. There's been this back and forth. And I'm aware that there's no way under the sun that government would moving without prior notices, not notice, notices. For example, when I had engaged, like I said, I was born in Koshofe, I grew up in Koshofe, Owura Nshoki's in Koshofe, and I couldn't stop them because it was the duty of another ministry to do that. However, in doing some findings, they had said that as far back as almost 2 years ago that they had been warning them, they had been engaging with them. I will give you an instance. In my case, I'll cite a particular case in the Lekki axis. Over the last, I would say, a year and 3 months, we've served about 3 notices, and every time after we've sealed it about 3 times, and guess what happens? He goes there and he breaks the seal, he moves in, and by the time we go back 3 months later, he's developed another building without approval. Now, when we finally move in, which we would have to do this week, the first thing that would be assumed is that he wasn't given enough time to do this, without being aware that we've been engaging with him over the last year and a half, or over the last year and 3 months. And from what they had said when I got in touch with first of all, I thought it was physical planning, and I was directed to urban regeneration, and then they had said it was an urban regeneration project on another completely different side of Owura Nshoki, while we were talking about bringing some projects into another side of Owura Nshoki. But we have a lot of people. Creative thinking is not only in writing. There are people who would create things and sell it as real. They're 2 completely different ends of town, and how they're mixed together is something that still beats my imagination as we speak. But it's another completely different side that's under physical planning or urban regeneration, while the side of the jetty and the reclaimed land that we have in Owura Nshoki is under the purview of waterfront infrastructure development. When you have projects like that, you would have environment, you would have transport, you would have waterfront, you would have different people coming together, and they have different duties to perform, different functions to achieve, and it's very easy to assume it's one person or the other. Some even mix Ministry of Environment and Water Resources with Ministry of Waterfront and Infrastructure Development. I guess it's the sound of water that triggers the assumption.